JP, right up front, to the right.
Dave, congratulations. What makes this team so special and now a World Series team?
There's just so many things that I could probably touch on. First thing that comes to mind is Clayton and how long he's been a Dodger and how much he's wanted this opportunity to win a championship. I think of the city of Los Angeles and how much they've been longing for another championship to come back to Los Angeles. I think about each individual player and coach and staff and their families and what we had to sacrifice to get to where we're at. And to do what we did, it takes a lot of talent, a lot of give, a lot of open-mindedness, and there was a complete buy-in. And so now, as almost a culmination, but getting an opportunity to play for a championship, I'm just so proud of our guys.
Next question. To the back, fifth row to the left.
Dave, probably you need one more push, but your father, Wayman, smiling somewhere else. What do you think?
I know that he's wearing his Dodger jacket up there, looking down on us and smiling, and I know that smile very well. I thought of him a lot in that ninth inning when the game settled down. And just last year, being in this ballpark and feeling the way we felt last year, and to now look back and feel the elation that we have right now and seeing the celebration, the joy in the players, the coaches, and the families, it's special, yeah.
Anthony, to the right.
Dave, I need to tell you that Kike's had a lot going on off the field in the last couple of years. What was the emotion of just seeing him having such a huge night and such a huge stage?
It's all year long. It's been a collection of guys and certain guys stepping up, and every single night it's somebody else. And tonight was his night to shine. And Clayton started the night and throwing a gem, and for him to start and pitch the way he did, and Kike to have a huge night, 3 homers tonight, just providing so much energy for us, and we fed off that tonight. And it's a very good ball club over there. Those guys are the world champs, and they fought to the end. But fortunately, we came up on the good side of things this year. But hats off to Joe and his staff. Class organization and great fan base. And for us to be able to celebrate here at Wrigley Field is something obviously we don't take lightly, and try to do it in a classy way, respectful, but still enjoy the moment.
Next question, JP.
David, if you could share, Corey Seager, obviously a huge part of your club all year. Can you say where he's watching tonight and the possibility of him possibly joining your roster for the next round?
Well, I know Corey was at home and watching every single pitch and exchanging text messages with myself and the players and rooting us on, and he's doing everything he can to get healthy, and we expect him back for Game 1. So obviously when you have a guy like Charlie Culberson that can fill in like that, made some spectacular defensive plays, some big hits, it was great to see from Charlie, but obviously we're hoping to get Corey back for the World Series.
Anything else? Anthony, again, third row.
A little obscure, but you guys are the first team to earn home field advantage by virtue of regular season record with the new format. So just what does it mean to have earned that privilege with the best record in baseball this year?
Well, I think that up to this point, we've done everything we can, and throughout the regular season, understanding that every game, every pitch matters, and we put ourselves in this position. And to be able to go back home and not to travel as much and put ourselves in that spot is obviously a benefit. And those guys in the clubhouse, they did that. And it's just a credit to the first game of the season to the last pitch. We focused on every pitch for 162 games plus the postseason, and there's a lot to be said for that.
Back to JP.
And Dave, just to follow up on Clayton, you mentioned him and how badly he wanted this and for so long. You see him in a way that we don't every day as he prepares. What was he like today that was unique about what he knew was going to be a defining start for him in the organization?
Well, I think that you can never question his preparedness, and but today was a day that obviously we wanted to finish out and go home and get a couple days off. But it was one of those things coming up after a loss and having him take the baseball. You knew that he wasn't going to be denied. And so for Chris Taylor from the beginning to set the tone, and for Clayton to throw up a 0 and get on the board early. But Clayton, and that was one of the things that I told him, is that getting an opportunity to play for a championship, he's done everything he can individually on the baseball field. But the one thing that he's missing is a championship. And so he's very emotional tonight, and he's earned that. So it was only fitting that he started tonight's game.
Anything else? One more toward the center.
I guess on that note, with Clayton, he'll be on full rest for Game 1 on Tuesday night. Do you expect him to be on the mound?
Yeah. Clayton will start Game 1, and after that, we'll kind of talk through things as far as how we figure out the rest of the rotation. But we can assure you, Clayton will be starting Game 1.
Thanks, Doc, and congrats.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.